Your dog just ate, but somehow, they're already acting hungry again. They follow you everywhere. They give you those big, sad eyes. They sit patiently by their food bowl like you've forgotten the most important thing in the world. So the big question is, how often should you actually feed your dog? Well, the answer isn't as simple as most people think. Welcome to Dog Moods, where we explain dog behavior and care in simple, calm ways. Today, we're breaking down how often to feed your dog, why a consistent feeding schedule is so important, and how you can tell if you're feeding them too much or maybe even too little. Dogs don't just eat for nutrition, they also eat for security. A consistent feeding schedule helps them feel safe, balanced, and calm. Think about it. When food appears at the same time every day, it builds trust and reduces anxiety. On the other hand, irregular feeding can sometimes lead to issues like anxiety, constant begging, digestive problems, and even mood swings. So when we ask, how often should I feed my dog? What we're really asking is, how do I keep my dog healthy and emotionally stable? It's about more than just filling their belly. It's about creating a sense of predictability and well-being. So, let's talk about adult dogs. For most healthy adult dogs, the best feeding schedule is 2 meals a day, one in the morning and one in the evening. Splitting their daily food intake into 2 meals helps maintain steady energy levels throughout the day and prevents that frantic, hunger-related stress that can build up. It also supports better digestion. Now, feeding just once a day can work for some dogs, but for many, it can lead to restlessness, anxiety, or becoming overly hungry and wolfing down their food too fast. 2 meals create a much better sense of balance. This is why veterinarians so often recommend feeding adult dogs twice daily. It sets a rhythm that both their bodies and minds can rely on. But puppies are a completely different story. They're growing incredibly fast and burning through energy at an amazing rate. Because of this, most puppies need 3 to 4 small meals spread throughout the day. These smaller, more frequent meals are crucial. They help prevent low blood sugar, which can be a risk for young, active pups. It also reduces digestive stress and helps prevent them from overeating at any single meal. As your puppy grows and gets closer to their adult size, you can slowly reduce the number of meals until they smoothly transition into a standard adult feeding schedule of twice a day. Now, here's something many dog owners don't realize, especially when their dog acts hungry all the time. This behavior isn't always about actual hunger. Dogs might act like they're starving for a few other reasons. They might just be bored and looking for something to do. They might associate food with getting your attention, so begging becomes a way to interact with you. Or maybe their routine changed recently, and they're feeling a bit unsettled. Sometimes they've just learned that begging works. So before you go increasing their meal sizes, take a moment to ask yourself, is my dog truly hungry, or are they just trying to communicate something else? So how can you tell if you're feeding your dog enough? A well-fed, healthy dog usually maintains a steady weight. You should be able to feel their ribs but not see them protruding. They'll also have consistent energy levels, being playful and active without seeming lethargic. A well-fed dog also isn't frantic or obsessed around mealtimes. They're calm because they trust food is coming, and they generally sleep calmly through the night. If you notice your dog is rapidly losing weight, seems weak or tired, or is absolutely obsessed with food to the point of desperation, it might be time to review their portion sizes with your vet, not necessarily the frequency of their meals. One of the biggest feeding mistakes many of us make is using food to replace structure and routine. Giving too many treats, slipping them table scraps, or offering random snacks throughout the day can really confuse a dog's internal clock. It disrupts the predictability that they thrive on. Remember, dogs are creatures of habit, and consistency almost always beats quantity. A clear, predictable meal schedule is far more comforting to them than a constant stream of random snacks. So, let's recap. How often should you feed your dog? For most dogs, it breaks down like this. Puppies generally need 3 to 4 meals a day. Healthy adult dogs do best with 2 meals a day. And for senior dogs, the schedule might need to be adjusted based on their specific health needs and comfort, which is a great conversation to have with your vet. Feeding your dog isn't just about nutrition. It's a form of communication. When you feed with intention and consistency, your dog feels calmer, safer, and more balanced. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to Dog Moods for more simple dog care and behavior insights, because understanding your dog truly changes everything.